Illusion versus reality. Illusion is an individual's perspective of reality, while reality is not contingent upon an individual's personal beliefs. It is only knowledge that can reveal to us what reality is, in truth. It is science that teaches us that any natural law will remain in effect only as long as not acted upon by a greater law. This is the main reason that over the millennia, as man's knowledge grew, so too did his understanding of reality. Rules and order made men to feel safe in their environment, and anyone that challenged that order was soon outcast from society. This was done to maintain a sense of safety and well-being. More than this, though, it was done to maintain the illusion of control. In situations where mankind surrendered self-determination to others to avoid taking responsibility over matters they felt they could not control. We have seen this repeat itself time and again throughout history, with devastating effects on numerous populations around the world. What is usually the outcome of this sacrifice of self-determination is the loss of growth within that society. The other side of this coin is that where people embraced knowledge and were eager participants in its advancement, the result was a growth spurt in their civilization. The problem has always been with the common denominator of greed in the desire to exercise control over the population. This led to spiritual wickedness in high places, where evil people exercised dominion over others by instilling fear into the population. Once the seed of fear took root, the evil leadership gained control over their society by promises of safety in exchange for authority. Where gossip becomes gospel, the flimsy grasp on reality slips even further away. When people turn to unreliable sources for facts, a fracture occurs in their reality, and through this gap flows a stream of lies that start to be accepted as truth. This powerful tool of manipulation is called propaganda, and it has always been disseminated in much the same manner through media and word of mouth. So how does someone go about obtaining reality in a world filled with disinformation? First of all, you need a measuring stick by which to judge truth from lies. This unit of measure must be constant and unwavering, but what happens when the unit of measure is constantly altered by popular opinion or thrown out altogether in favor of a new rule of law? The only thing that can happen is a collapse in the cohesion of the society and division among its people. One thing you must know is this evil has always sought to divide and conquer, because a united people are not easily defeated. Evil will always pander to the baser desires of human nature, and in doing so will render great civilizations weak and ineffective. This has always been the case throughout history, as it was with ancient Egypt, Rome and the Mayan cultures, and as it is today. In Muslim-run nations that have obtained great wealth and influence only to have their people living in squalor. No place is this more evident than it is in America today, where the decadence of the society has become so base as to leave cultures like ancient Rome and Sodom and Gomorrah blushing at the vileness of that corruption. Even so, there is no ending in sight for the depths of depravity that America is sinking into, all in the name of liberty. Is it any wonder that the other nations of the earth hate America so much? What nation has been given so much yet for the sake of convenience has allowed for the murdering of innocent babies in the guise of health care? Even surrendering the safety of its citizens in the name of global diversity. America has established a pattern of solving its problems by legalization rather than exercising common sense remedies. No rational mind can come to any other conclusion than this: Lady Liberty has become the whore of Babylon. Once standing for liberty from sin, she now stands as a monument of liberty to sin. Not only has America forgotten the lessons of its forefathers, it now mocks the sacrifices they made to grant us the freedoms we hold today. Where are the mighty men of valor that once so bravely fought and died to uphold the principles of a great Christian nation? In the name of keeping the peace, they have abandoned the battlefields against wickedness in high places in favor of maintaining an illusion of peace on their home front. The illusion has become so profound that America cannot even decide the difference between a man and a woman. The resulting chaos from this has filled America's correctional facilities to overflowing with violent, self-serving, and emotionally disturbed peoples. So how did we arrive at this point in our growth as a nation? The answer is simple: we removed the cornerstone of our civilization in a futile attempt to be globally inclusive. If America had any recollection of the Bible the nation was founded on, they would recall these words: "Come out from among them and be ye separate." What would have happened if Noah had taken this diversity attitude with him into the ark? If Noah had left the doors open when the floods came to include more people to be saved, all would have perished as the ark sunk beneath the waves. Noah did not close the doors to the ark because he hated the people outside, but because he loved those that were inside. Jonas, even though he hated the Ninevites, did not invite them into his homeland. He went to theirs to instruct them in God's ways. In conclusion, it must be learned that though we may desire to include people into our reality, by including some into the recipe of the great melting pot, what we have done in reality is to pollute the mixture so badly that it no longer is usable or recognizable. So it can be plainly seen that people will sacrifice just about anything to maintain their illusion of control and safety, and the scary thing is the same people they placed in control over their lives can take their freedoms from them as easily as they gave that freedom to them. All of this is happening because people removed God and His authority from every aspect of their society and turned freedom of religion into freedom from religion. This is something that all totalitarian states have always done by setting up the state as the all-powerful sovereign and subjecting the people to that will. All that is happening today was foretold thousands of years ago in the Bible. The accuracy of these prophecies is amazing, especially when you consider the limited knowledge the writers had at that time about the world around them. I want to challenge you to look at all the religious texts in the world today and see if you can find any of them that foretold upcoming events with the accuracy that the Bible has. I stress that it's no coincidence that these things are coming to pass, as some people will lead you to believe. Deuteronomy 18:22, when a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the thing does not happen or come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken, the prophet has spoken it presumptuously. You shall not be afraid of him. There is a flip side to this Bible verse. If the thing does happen, or come to pass, then it comes from the Lord, and you should be fearful. Never in our history have there been as many false prophets and false teachers as there is today. So why do people fall for all these false teachings? John 16:13, however, when He, the Spirit of truth, has come, He will guide you into all truth, for He will not speak on His own authority. But whatever He hears He will speak, and He will tell you things to come. What you can see here is that without the Spirit of truth, a person cannot understand truth or discern what is reality versus what is illusion or lies. What we find happening today is that carnal teachers that only have carnal thinking are attempting to instruct others in matters that can only be spiritually discerned. The Bible speaks of these teachers as 2 Timothy 3:5-7, 5. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses, and lead captive silly